A very good evening, everyone. A very warm welcome to today's webinar, The Success Formula with ERPNext. I'm Sejal, working as a marketing lead at Indictrans, and would like to thank you all for taking your time for joining us today. We are really excited to have you all here. As many of you know that ERPNext has a huge potential, but often projects stumble due to the missed requirements, broken integrations, or failed rollouts. At Indictrans, we have been working to change that narrative. And today we will be sharing an approach to making ERPNext implementation truly successful. So it's my pleasure to introduce our speaker today, functional expert at Indictrans with years of hands-on experience in ERPNext and expertise. He has helped multi-organization rescue failed implementation, streamline process, and achieve business fit with ERPNext. So without taking much time of you, would like to share. If you have any questions, you can directly put it. Please feel free to message in the comment section or in the chat. And in the end, we will have a Q&A session as well. So yes. So without further delay, let's get started. Karandeep, over to you.
Thank you so much for joining in on a Friday evening, that too in a festival season. I hope to engage you a lot in my content and not to take much of your time. I hope my screen is visible to all.
Yes, Karandeep, it is.
Okay. So let's get started. My name is Karandeep Singh. So today we'll be discussing about ERPNext Success isn't luck, it's a formula. So what this statement means is that ERPNext Success isn't by luck, it is by sheer hard work, by sheer will of commitment that we do. There are a lot of success stories out there, but behind those success stories, there are a lot of failed configurations, failed implementations, and there are multiple root causes due to which a implementation fails. Now, most of the people blame it on the product, blame it on the consultant, but there are multiple of reasons behind it. So today, in today's session, what we'll be doing is we'll be covering and identifying the root causes of ERPNext project failures. We'll share a structured approach with you guys, which we call a formula, which we have brewed in-house at Indictrans. And we'll also identify that what all gaps are there in the ecosystem, what will be the reasons of failure of these ERP projects. So let's get started. So I have curated a list of 4 major issues or the reasons due to which the ERP implementation or any ERPNext or any ERP implementation fails. These 4 major buckets have small, tiny little issues combined to it. So we'll go step by step. The numbers and the percentages in this pie chart, which you see on the screen, is curated by me over around 10 to 15 implementations which I have done. These are totally the numbers derived by me and not from any other sources. This is based on my assumptions. So I will be sharing my thoughts on this. So the majority piece which we come across is the incomplete rollout due to multiple misconfigurations in the ERP system, due to improper transactions, improper training, improper knowledge of the functionalities or the business. It leads to the failure of the ERP implementation. The next piece, which is quite shadowed a bit in terms of incomplete rollout, but is a major one, is the stakeholder management. So when you are implementing any ERP software, it is not only about the business processes, it is also about the people that are going to use it, the people that are going to do daily transaction, daily activities on the system. And we often forget that those people are used to a certain process that they have been following. But in these ERP implementations or in these processes, it is a change for them. So in order to bring that change, in order to have a smooth rollout, it is very important to manage those people as well, which we cover under the stakeholders management. If we do not listen to those stakeholders, do not hear their requirements, do not comply with them, it will be a failure at the end, because they won't be ever be used to that software as they used to earlier in their earlier software. That is a major piece. Also, at the time of requirement gathering, we come across various business use cases, various business scenarios that are there. But due to limitations in the product, or limitation of our understanding, limitation of the understanding which was shared with us, or the requirement sharing from the team has not been properly given or done, are the unmet business expectations. So that is also one of the reasons due to which the implementations fail. A small piece but very impactful is the disconnected integrations. In this evolving world and more technology coming into picture, a single ERP cannot suffice all the requirements that are there. So we generally have multiple integrations with third-party systems. So what we have to make sure that those integrations work seamlessly, cover all the aspects from start to end, and multiple touch points are involved in those integrations. So if that is not done properly, it will lead to a major business loss, and that ERP implementation might fail and might not be as useful as it should be for our customers. So these are 4 major buckets under which I have classified the reasons for failure. In these major buckets, these might be further drilled down to point issues, requirements, but all of them are clubbed under these 4 major buckets as per my understanding. Now proceeding further, we'll be moving to the gaps that we identified in the ecosystem, due to which, because of those failures, what gaps have come across in the ecosystem and what is the current image of our ERPNext in the market. So there are 4 gaps which I have identified. We'll go into them one by one. Looking at is the first one is eroding product image. As due to too many failed implementations, misconfigurations, all the steps we have seen in the first slide, the product image is eroding day by day. Because of some mismanagement, the misconfigurations of the system, the product image is eroding rapidly. That is one of the major concerns that is there in the ecosystem. Now, due to the eroding product image, the customer's trust in ERPNext is also declining. So we have seen multiple cases where the product is not sufficing, the customer is not at all happy with the product. It is not only about the product, but due to the misconfigurations and misalignments, the customer trust is also declining. Now, post these 2 aspects, one major aspect is the business process disconnect. So whenever we implement any ERP, we have to make sure that it is aligned with the business processes of the customer. If it is not aligned, the product will never work for that customer. There are 2 cases in this. The first one is the business cases are directly fit in the ERPNext system. Then there is just configuration and training. The second piece is the product is not suffice for that business process, but we are building something out of the box for that. So these are the 2 cases where the business processes come in picture. If both of these are not taken care properly, there will be a business process disconnect, and it will lead to a failure of that project. As we talked in the last slide, there are broken integrations that are there, due to which the ERPNext ecosystem is collapsing and people are not trusting the ERPNext product. All of these combined together are a major hit to our revenues also, the product's image also, and it does not benefit anybody in any sense. The customers are losing trust, the implementers are losing revenue, and the OEM is also losing their product image. and leading to failures. Now, to overcome all of these, what we have done is we have curated a small formula in-house. It is created by Indictrans to benefit all across the clients, the customer, clients, the OEM, the partners, and Indictrans as well. So what do we call this new formula is the success package. In the next slide, I'll be running you through what the success package is, what is our response, and what is the ecosystem-wide impact for this. Apart from all the slides, I have used the traditional graph slide over here as the formula since years for a successful ERP implementation has remained the same. So that is why we are opting for the traditional method that we followed all these years, and we are coming back to those only. So the formula is the structured intervention program for ERPNext projects. So the success package is focused only for the ERPNext project which are either failed, not properly configured, or have some requirement for a custom development, as some business use cases are not suffice to it, or some API related developments. It is focused on those projects because those projects are just there where the customer's trust have been lost, the product image has been lost, and the OEM is also not happy with that. So we as Indictrans are committed to make those projects successful again, regain the confidence of the customers, and clean the product image in the market. It is specifically designed to rescue, stabilize, and optimize implementations. So implementations which are very slow, not working properly, there are misconfigurations, there are issues, the business use cases are not being sufficed. All of those implementations we take care of, and we make a success story out of those. So we have a dedicated team of functional experts and technical experts who work in this, who work for this formula, who curate these projects specifically for you and make a success story out of them. We are focused on delivering tangible business outcomes, custom solutions, and long-term ERPNext stability. So what we make sure is that none of the ERPNext projects should have a failed story. All of them should have a win-win journey and a proper success story. So this is our pitch and approach. So in order to do so, this is our response which we are showcasing. We built a dedicated task force, a dedicated department for this, where we have the functional and technical experts, which we revive these projects, we make them better in some way or the other, or we make a full solution out of the box for them. What this does is this restores the confidence and revives the confidence of the customers, builds a better brand image for the OEM and the product as well. This also provides a better return on investment to the customers, as they had a failed implementation and all their investments went into vain. So they are very low on confidence on the product. Now we also enable that these real business use cases fit properly in ERPNext. So we have to make sure that all the business use cases should be fit in ERPNext. We try our best to and fro to make your ERPNext even better. Also, as a part of this formula, we have established a center of excellence where we curate new products, we create new custom solutions, we enhance existing solutions, and we find root causes of problems that are there in those systems. Now, based on the formula and the approach, there is an ecosystem impact which I am showcasing currently. What impact does this make to the ecosystem, and how is it beneficial for the ecosystem? So by doing these, what we do is we reposition ERPNext as a capable and powerful product, regaining customer confidence, rebuilding the product and OEM image. We prove the performance and scalability in high volume, complex use cases. So our technical and functional specialists on and on, scale the product, prove the performance of the ERPNext is better due to lack of configuration, misconfiguration, what all veins that are there in the ERP software. We clear those and we make it a robust solution for them and we deliver it. So we empower implementers to deliver better and faster. So for example, if all the failed stories one day will convert to a success story, it will be better for the partners and implementers as well, as it will regain the product's image, regain the customer's confidence, and it will have a thorough impact in the ecosystem. This will also enable a long-term growth for customers and the ecosystem, because if day to day all of these failed projects, these failures convert into success stories, the customers will be happy, leading to the growth of the ecosystem and other partners as well. So this is how our formula is derived. This was our response, and it will have a thorough ecosystem impact. Moving forward is the who benefits and how. So in all of these cases that I mentioned, the success package that we brought up as Indictrans, it is not only for the benefit of Indictrans. Three major comments benefit to this. The first one being the end customer. So our end customer is benefit the most out of it, because he has already lost the trust in the product. He has been dealing with the product since a long time. He is not confident on the product. So he gains a reconfidence on this and pitches the same product to his peers and also in the ecosystem. The market image of the product is again regained. Next is the Frappe OEM. Because of the success stories of those failed projects, there will be a better product perception. There will be new upselling opportunities for the OEM, which will lead to a better revenue for Frappe as well. Now, it will also benefit the ecosystem. So the real world ERPNext success case studies, higher delivery standards. So what we'll do is we'll raise the benchmark of how the delivery standards are to be done, how an ERPNext implementation is to be done, and how a failed story can be easily converted to a success story, and how the lives of our customers can be made easy through ERPNext, which was at a point very difficult to live with, and there was a major gap in the product. So this is our approach on who benefits on this package, and we want everyone to have a win-win situation and everyone to have a success story and not a failed story. Now I'll quickly jump into my closing message. The success package we have built through or we formulated is not just a service, it's a commitment. It's a commitment of having every ERPNext project or implementation succeed and have a longevity of that product. And we also want people to trust ERPNext, build a better brand image of the product, the OEM and Indictrans as well. We believe every ERPNext implementation can succeed. Our mission from rescue to growth, keeping ERPNext at heart of your businesses. So we want to rescue all the failed implementations, all the implementations that are not done properly, regain the trust of our customers, and we want ERPNext to succeed. That is why we have come up with this formula of ours. Thank you. That's all from my side. Over to you, Sejit.
Thank you, Karandeep. So before we begin for our Q&A session, I am sharing a feedback form link. It will hardly take a 30 seconds. It will be great if you can fill that with our ongoing Q&A session. So it will help us to enhance and increase and learn from our mistake and to improve in our upcoming sessions. Thank you so much. Over to you, Karandeep. You can start with Q&A.
So Karandeep, I would have been happy if you had shared some practical example how you have rescued a failed implementation and the analysis why it failed What is it that you are doing, and what are the commercial implications for the client?
Okay, sure. So we are in line of posting our case studies and success stories on LinkedIn. Shortly after this webinar, we'll be posting that on LinkedIn. I'll be happy to share it to you.
I guess currently we can conclude the session.
Okay, Sejal.
Thank you so much, Karandeep, for sharing those valuable insights and real-world strategies. Yes, take the feedback and keep in mind we need to share the case study and real-world example, if possible, next upcoming webinar. And a big thank to all the attendees who have joined us today and staying engaged throughout the session. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Sejal. Thank you all.